Hello again guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice and I have another haul video for you guys. First of all, if you have been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, hello for the first time. Here you will find content to do with reselling online. So I sell on eBay, Poshmark and Etsy. And I like to share videos like haul videos, sales videos to show you how those items actually do selling online, and then some fun stuff in between as well, just to do with the kind of the reseller lifestyle and my journey personally. So if that sounds good to you, please go ahead and take a second and hit the subscribe button down below so that you can stay up to date with all the content that I share. Okay guys, so haul video. So it was my birthday last week and my husband asked me, what would you like to do? And apparently I have no idea what I like to do anymore other than thrifting. Does anybody understand that? So I wanted to go thrifting. So we went on like a short thrifting road trip. We went on two actually. One, we went to a Goodwill outlet that's about 2 hours away from me, so we do not go very often, but it has a retail store attached also, which I usually find some really good stuff there, and I did here today as well. So we went there on one day, and then the next day we actually went an hour and a half in the other direction to a Goodwill that had everything 50% off. They do that once a month, for Saturday of the month I believe. This was the first time I ever went. We got there kind of middle of the day, so not when the doors opened, but I still found some good stuff and I would say that it was worth the trip. And then we hit up a really cool pizza place as well, which was good fun. So I figured I would show you guys exactly what I chose to pick up. I spent, oh gosh, let me think about this. I spent about $200 total on everything that I'm going to show you, so over the course of a couple of days. I also hit up one yard sale randomly in between on the way to the second like 50% off thrift store. So all in all, about $200. When I average it all out, it works out at about $2.50 a piece. And I wanted to tell you that because there's certain pieces in here that I sort of really paid up for, and I will talk to you about those. But my kind of insight into that, or what I personally do when I'm sourcing, is I don't worry too much about that. If something's going to cost me a little bit more and I know that my return investment is going to be good, because I know that short-term, long-term, all that kind of stuff, it does tend to even out, depending on your business model and what you like to buy and stuff like that. But I figured I would just show you and let you see exactly how I do it, and you can kind of make up your own mind. So here we go. Okay, I have to apologise, I'm doing that thing again that I did the last few times where I've already photographed and listed half of the stuff that I bought. I've kind of been working super hard the last couple of days to get most of it up, with kind of, you know, we're in the third quarter now, and fourth quarter is going to be creeping up around the corner, back to school, that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to kind of book it and get everything I possibly can online in my stores. I'm still listing on all three platforms, eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, cross-posting on most of them. If you see my sales videos, you already know this. Etsy is almost nothing for me. It's been weeks since I've had a sale and I'm not doing anything differently. So I don't know what's going on there, but full disclosure, y'all should know that. But I am still listing my vintage items. I'm cross-posting them onto Etsy faithfully, hoping that the fourth quarter will make the difference. We shall see. Otherwise, we'll just have to evaluate in the new year. But here we go. So excuse the like the crinkling and whatever, I've already bagged half of it, but I'm going to show you anyway. So this I believe was from the 50% off thrift store. Like I said, I paid all kinds of different prices for things, evening out about $2.50 a piece. So it's just a really pretty kind of like a ribbed striped, it's like a nude kind of tan and white stripe. It has pockets, this lovely little dress. I wouldn't necessarily call it a sheath dress because it has a little bit of a flare to it, but the brand is Mary McFadden. Oh, there we go. Size large. It's not actually a brand I've ever picked up before, so if you have experience with this, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. However, the comps did look okay, and this exact dress sold for around $30, $35 on Posh not too long ago, and mine was a bigger size, so I figured for the 50% off and whatnot, it was worth picking up and giving the brand a go. So we'll see how that does. And as always guys, if you stay tuned to my channel, I do my absolute best to show you these items coming full circle, because we all love a haul video, but we need to know if it sells, right? So stay tuned and hopefully you'll see these things sell pretty soon. All right, next thing. This also was the thrift store, so all of the tops were basically $2 because of the markdown. This is a J. Crew piece. It is a factory piece. I'll show you that label in a second. It's just like a kind of a tan and white, again striped, but it is the crossover or crossed back tank, something crossed over back. I can't remember. It has a specific name, and again I found that specific name, the one I can't remember right now. It's nice open back, by googling the style number. The style number is in the teeny tiny tag sat behind the care tag inside. You can just Google that number and it should bring it right up for you. Sneaky tip. Here is the label that's going to show you that it's factory with those little dots underneath. I don't pick up all J. Crew, however I've sold this shirt in different colours and fabrics and all that kind of stuff, just that classic like crossed over back, time and time again. So when I find it pretty cheap, I do go ahead and grab it usually. Okay, so next item is a brand that I've heard mentioned several times. I believe it's sold at Nordstrom. I myself have never come across it before, but for $2, $2.50, whatever you want to call it, I figured it was worth picking up. It's just a shame I did not get it a couple of weeks ago for 4th of July, since it is red, white and blue, but it's this sheer, high-low, like almost dolman sleeve, pop over kind of blouse, and the brand is Lush. There you go. I'm trying it out. It already has some likes, so maybe it is a good brand. And not a lot of these things are going to bring in high dollars. I'm not really mentioning, I just noticed what I'm asking for these things. So I'm honestly not entirely sure. A lot of it, I did a video recently. Hang on, scratch that. Oh goodness me. Pricing these items, obviously I'm going on comps on eBay and on Poshmark separately because the platforms do tend to differ just a little bit. A lot of the things are going to be priced between like the $15 and $25 mark, some things higher obviously, but yeah, at this point I'm trying to fill my closet. I'm trying to get some good brand names in there that is going to help me bring some traffic, and this is what I can find, guys. Like, it's okay to, I think anyway, to pick up the things around you that are plentiful and are low cost of goods. There's, you know, I obviously, like everybody else, I do strive for those high dollar items. Of course I do. Like, those are the things that we all want to be able to post online. But where I'm at with my ability to source right now, like being a stay-at-home mom and stuff like that, and also the area that I'm in, I just don't find those things all day, every day. So it's wonderful when I do. I watch as many YouTube videos as I can possibly tolerate to try and sort of prepare myself for when I do find those better items. I know what they are, I know they're worth getting. That's important too, just kind of like training in a way, right? But at the same time, it's okay, in my opinion, and in my particular business model, to grab those things that are going to bring in that kind of like $15, $20, $25, $30 over and over again. You know, keep themselves rolling. So there we go. Okay, so next item. This is a brand I pick up pretty much whenever I find it. The bigger the size I find, the better. And also, funnily enough, due to the name, so the brand here is Hot Cotton. I know I've mentioned it several times. This piece is 100% linen. Those are the pieces I like getting the best, especially like either the button-down shirts like this. This is an extra large, but you'll see it has quite a sort of boxy, loose-knit fit, and it has almost like a sheer quality too. But I do find like the sort of, I guess the plus size is like 1X, 2X, 3X do better, and also like the wide leg pants, for some reason those just seem to fly off the shelf for me on eBay. I do not cross-post my Hot Cotton onto Poshmark just because I've never found, at least so far, a market there personally, and the comps seem to reflect that as well. But I could be proved wrong if I decided to go ahead and cross-post. Okay, next item is actually from the bins. So you can imagine for this thing it costs like just about nothing, like a quarter maybe. I only grabbed it because it's a little bralette, like blue, like royal blue bralette, and it's vintage, so I seem to do okay, like especially with vintage swimwear, but vintage lingerie seems to do okay for me as well. It's Fantasy Nightwear by, I want to say Lycra, but I can't make it out completely. Made in the USA, size medium. Here's the tag, dead giveaway. It's obviously a vintage piece, and it's just in great shape, and I figured that that, you know, even if it's like 15-20 bucks, like, sure. I'm actually, fun story, doing okay selling vintage right now on Posh. I've just started kind of edging that over there with my cross posting, and I have found that it's actually getting quite a lot of attention, so fun fact. Okay, next piece is this sort of plaid, almost like a tartan. I would call this like a bustier. It has underwire cups, and then it has this kind of like lace-up detail on the front. The back has hook and eyes, and it is sheer. And the brand is Torrid. Oh, and it's a size, oh, it's hard to show, it's a size 1, which for them, if you go look on their size chart online, is like a 1X essentially. So I tend to put in my titles 1 and 1X, because people who are familiar with Torrid will know, probably be familiar with the sizing as well. It's like, I guess it's like vanity sizing, like the 1, 2, 3, kind of like Chico's. However, if you're searching for something online, just in a broad search that's perhaps a size 1X, I want to have that in my title as well, obviously. So it's my personal opinion. Okay, so this was from the yard sale. I got up really early to go to this yard sale because she posted and said that she was moving out of state, and she had Lululemon, Patagonia, Free People, J. Crew, just this whole long list of like high-end clothing, as she called it, at ridiculously low prices. So I tentatively went in. Actually, it was not too bad at all, and I picked up quite a few things. So I'll mention those to you as well. This was one of those items. It is Free People. There's that little metal tag there. It's just like a little, it's purple. It's somewhere between a dark purple and like a royal blue, which I literally put that in my listing because it's bang in the middle of that. I don't know how to describe it otherwise, but it has like a built-in sort of sweetheart neckline. You can see that, well, you could see if my arm wasn't there. Oh goodness, there you go. You can kind of see that sweetheart shape there. And it's just like a lace, kind of almost like a baby doll dress with, no, it's not a bell sleeve, it's just like a normal sleeve, but like a 3/4 length sleeve. So this, she was asking $3 for, so it's like fair enough, you know, it's a nice style. It's pretty simple, but it's a good brand, and again, those good brands, I can share Free People to plenty of parties. It's a good, well-known brand to bring traffic into my store. Not too bad at all. All right, these were from the 50% off sale. Again, I'm sorry for the crinkling. I can't bring myself to not photograph or list until I do a whole video, because sometimes it's a little harder for me to do the whole video, like with the kids and stuff, to find that quiet moment. But I can't just leave it all in the bag until then. I have to get going. So the brand is Patagonia. This is 100% organic, well, not 100%, but it's organic cotton. It's a blend, and they are grey denim, basically like a skinny jean, skinny pant, but they're a cargo pant at the same time. So yeah, and these comps, it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. So it looks like this may be around $25 to $30, which I kind of hoped it might be just a little bit more. But we shall see. We'll see how they do. We'll pop them back in their bag. All right. Next item. This is a pretty standard brand that I tend to pick up now. Just a little black and white polka dot top. As you can see, it's very sheer. It's got a high-low fit, and then there's like a ruche detail on the shoulder, and the brand is Prana, which is a yoga brand, and then on the back of the neck you can also see their logo. Again, probably like 15 to 18 on that. This is a brand I had not heard of, but the tag intrigued me, and the comps looked interesting enough for me to go ahead and grab it on the 50% off sale, and also I just thought the piece was really pretty. Okay, so it is a maxi dress. It's got like an elastic waist. Oh, it looks washed out in this light. It's basically like a pink and blue, and there's a bit of turquoise in there, like a watercolor, but it's a full-length maxi dress with a high slit up the side, which, mental note, before I list it, I need to measure that slit. It's actually slit on both sides, and it's got almost like a racer back at the back as well. And then here is the label. So it's what, W118 by Walter Baker. I am not familiar with this brand. I don't know where it's sold. Like I said, the comps were interesting enough to me to grab it, and I thought the piece was nice enough in and of itself. So I will keep you posted on how that does. Okay, so this is another item I got from the yard sale. These are Lululemon. This is like a herringbone print. You can probably see there. I believe these are the Wonder Under crops. They're like a long crop. They're almost like, I think about 26 inches inseam. Really, really good shape. They're one thing to look for at Lululemon. Always check the, like, I guess like the crotch area. This is where they're kind of like Achilles heel is, in my experience. So this is where pilling will occur, and they can get heavily pilled, and also where like blowouts seem to happen as well. Now I have sold them before with holes in the crotch. They still sell with pilling, but you do want to be careful. So they're in really good shape. And these are also the high-waisted as well. They're like a 10-inch rise. So I paid $15 for these. I paid $15 for these and $15 for another pair of Lululemon crops, which probably makes you sound like a crazy person. That initially would be way too much, I think, potentially. I mean, I think they're gonna sell for like $55, but it's still a lot of money to have invested. However, what I was saying at the beginning of the video is kind of like referring to these as well as some of the other things. Even though these cost a lot, I know my typical cost of goods, the way that I source. I do a lot of yard sales, a lot of rummage sales, and then a lot of like the 50% off or like low, like discounted thrift stores and things like that. I know that I keep my cost of goods low. So even over the 2 days that I was sourcing, when I took all of these items I'm showing you now and just went ahead and divided the amount of items I picked up by how much I spent overall, like I said, this technically in the average of that entire span of purchasing inventory cost me $2.50. So that's kind of what I'm sharing with you about not always being like, oh my gosh, at the price of certain things. I have a bad habit of doing that. I leave things behind and then I think, why did I do that? My husband says, why do you do that? I get freaked out about like putting large amount, $15 isn't really a large amount of money, but more than like $1 or $2 into a piece. It kind of makes me uncomfortable because I'm so used to everything being so cheap. However, sometimes when something's good and you know you get a return and you know that you do well anyway and everything is always pretty much cheap for you, you should go ahead and do it. I'm training myself slowly. All right, so another item, half price thrift store. This is I guess like a midi type dress. So it has like this feather print all over it and like black and white. It almost looks like photography. It's kind of cool. And then it's ruched all the way up the sides, like very kind of fitted. It's heavy. It's like lined and heavy, and the brand is I want to say Lissy or Liss, one of the two, which often have like a built-in kind of shapewear aspect to them. It does have a style number in there that I will be looking up before I list so that I can hopefully find an actual style name as well, and any details that I need to know about the piece, like does it have shapewear inside. It has a very thick lining that almost feels like a shelf bra that goes from like chest to knees. So I imagine it has something shaping in there, but obviously I'm going to want to verify that. Okay, I got this at the bins because I thought it was cool. I believe it's vintage, just like looking at it and whatnot. It does not have any labels inside, nothing like majorly wear wise or whatever, but it's just like a little bag. It's like a rainbow, it's very coarse wool. Kind of open it and then it has like the bamboo wooden handles. I just thought it was neat, so that's going to go up on Poshmark and Etsy and whatnot. We'll see. When you're at the bin you get spoiled, right? Because everything's cheap. I don't know. Okay, grab this at one of the thrift stores that was not half price. I paid full price for this top, but I just really liked the print. So it is vintage, made in the USA. It's an older, there's the brand tag. Not a brand that I know anything about, but is it? Oh, made in Hong Kong, I'm sorry. But I just thought the print was cool. So it's like an asymmetrical cut, but it's like fruit. But obviously pineapples are like huge right now, the pineapple print, but I like the whole fruit thing anyway. Then it also has some palm trees thrown in there. I feel like its season may be passing, so this needs to go up ASAP. But I just thought it was cool, and I love my like vintage novelty prints. I just find them fun. So I will buy them and I will list them. And someone else will buy them because they think it's fun too, I swear. Okay. This is... it's newer tags from Hot Topic. It's just the Harry Potter. Was it? I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. I've never read a Harry Potter in my life. I know that's like blasphemy for being British, but there we go. So it's newer tags from Hot Topic. It was only $22.50 originally. It's a medium, but even if I get like, you know, 15 or whatever out of it, that's okay too. Found a lot of like Harry Potter clothing, and it actually moves. I'm always surprised. I guess it's a thing, huh? This I think was also from the yard sale. I just figured I'd try it. So it's only American Eagle, but it's the soft and sexy tee, and it has a really nice, it's actually the lace up front tee, and it's very, very drapey, kind of like a swing look to it with slightly longer than just your average short sleeves. I threw it up for 20 bucks, and it's got a whole bunch of likes so far on Poshmark. I've had 2 offers so far, lower than I wanted to take, but offers on eBay and Watchers or a Watcher, and it's only been up like a day. So, you know, I'm experimenting with style. I thought it was a cool style, and it looks really good on my black mannequin. So I know you're not really supposed to have a black mannequin because when you have black clothes that doesn't help very much, but with white clothes it looks awesome. So this is not anything to do with the brand that I picked up, but I thought the print was so cool. So it's a sheer pop over blouse, pop over meaning that it does not have buttons that run all the way down. It just kind of stops here at the chest. It has a pocket, and then this is the print. So I'm thinking cockatoo, but it could be a parrot. What do you think? Give me your opinions in the comments. But it's navy blue with this cool bird print all over. Yeah, and the brand is, it's New York and Company Soho Jean, which I feel like is a more like trendy version of New York and Company. I could be making that up. But anyway, I grabbed it for the print alone. I thought it was cool. Now I just have to work out exactly what bird that is. All right, I did pick up quite a few pairs of shoes. These were $2 at the half-price thrift store. They are just stiletto, like very high platform, ankle strap heels, brand being Betsy Johnson. This like hot pink with the black tag usually is like lower end, so sold at like department stores or like sometimes even like Ross and stuff like that, but for $2 I will pick it up. There's the little gold heart there on the bottom. Still a cool style, and I thought that they will sell even for 20 bucks. These, if these were my size, good grief, I would keep them. So these from the yard sale, I paid $5 for these. They are Steve Madden, but they are the rose gold quilted slip-on sneakers. Oh, I think they're so pretty. That's just me. They're a size 7 and I'm not a size 7. So these have gone up for $35 on Poshmark, and like us already. Oh, these are one of my favorite finds of the weekend. So first thing I found when I walked into the bins were these. So these are, here's the symbol. Shout if you know what that is. That symbol is Fry. So here is the actual like brand label. So these are the Melanie slip-on antiqued leather sneakers, something along those lines, but they're in fairly good shape. So they are, at first I was like, oh, they're pretty worn, and then I realized they're antique leather, like they're supposed to look that way. But yes, they're in good shape. Soles are okay. For the bins, like I don't even think I paid $1 for these necessarily, and they've gone up for 55 with like 4 likes and whatnot already, so yay for that. What is next? Okay, this was in the top section, so it cost about $2. I think it's Lilka. This is an Anthropology brand. That's 66170 is on this tag over here, that RN number. You can obviously look up and verify that it is Anthropology, because 66170 also applies to Free People and Urban Outfitters. Always good to know. Let me turn this light off back here. Does that help? I feel like that helps. Yeah, let's let's do that. Okay, so it's just like a little, I don't even know what you would call this, almost like a little sundress kind of thing. It has like a little kind of eyelet, almost lace type detail there, and the print is really, really fun. So it's kind of like pastel type colors, and then it has like little houses and churches and trees with ladders going up to them and flowers, and it's just a really fun novelty print. So I went ahead and grabbed that for a couple of bucks, put that up for I think 25 on Posh and on eBay because I cross post, which I keep saying, but it's worth noting, right? This I grabbed because it was half price again. I probably wouldn't have grabbed otherwise. The brand is BKE Boutique Buckle. Oh, there it is, that metal tag. And it's just like a little like pop over blouse again, but it has a fun black lace detail. It's in a nude, it's sheer, a little keyhole cut out on the back there. So, you know, probably go up for around 25. What is next? It's like a mystery to me as well as you. Okay, so this is, gosh, this thing feels so nice. So it's like a kind of like a one shoulder. It has like almost a like a double spaghetti kind of strap here, and then like a thicker sort of cap sleeve there. Then it has fold over, draping, asymmetrical hem. It's got everything going on. The brand is Helmut Lang, which is a higher end brand. I'm probably going to end up listing this for around $50, and we'll see how that does. But I do need to check comps a bit more before I do that, so don't hold me to that. These I were not aware of they're all tied together, I'm sorry, of the brand, but I did like the quality. So the brand is Yokono. There it is, like the little tree, and then they have the little ladybug symbol on the outside of the leather. They're made in Spain. Like I said, 100% leather. They have almost like a Birkenstock feel to them, but they're gladiator sandals, so these long strings go all the way up your leg and tie. I grabbed them for $2 at that yard sale, and it looks like I'll probably be able to get about 25 out of them. These I grabbed at the bins, so probably cost me around $1 to $1.50. They're just Sam and Libby, although, which I think is like the lower end brand of Sam Edelman. However, my last pair of Sam and Libby I had sold really quickly on eBay, and these I thought were really fun. They've got kind of that boho feel again. So they are leather, but they are like an orange leather with like a scalloped edge to them. And they're just like a slip-on, almost like a mule, I suppose. But yeah, I thought they were kind of good. So for the bins, I just went ahead and grabbed them. Okay, so the next item, I'm actually not entirely sure where I picked these up. Everything has blurred together, so forgive me. But we know they're around $2.50. So anyway, they're Keds. I do okay with Keds around the kind of like $15 to $25 range, just depending on what they are. These I thought were really good for fall. So they are like a black and white, almost like a tweed. There we go, like a kind of plaid tweed type thing happening, and then you can see a little bit of sparkle in there that's beading. So yeah, I thought they were kind of cool, so I went ahead and grabbed them. Oh, these were from the bins. They are just like a textured almost legging. They have almost like a Nordic kind of referral type print on it. Makes me think of kind of like winter, fall, Christmas, all that, but they are Columbia. So since they have a bit of a print to them, I figured I would go ahead and focus and pick them up. Yeah, not too bad, just long leggings. Oh, these, sorry. I got these at a thrift store for $4.29, and I was kind of excited. So they are a blush pink perforated leather, I guess like a slider is probably what not a slider, a skimmer, I would probably call this, but it's a flat. There you go, you can kind of see, maybe, oh Lord, camera, what are you doing? I want you to be able to see the texture of it. There we go, hello. And they do have a little bit of wear, like a few like light marks and stuff over the toes. Beautiful leather, but the brand is, there we go, Salvatore Ferragamo. Oh, I may have butchered that, I'm sorry. Made in Italy. It's their boutique line. These are a newer shoe. They're not vintage. They are a 10 AA, which is narrow, which is pretty standard for Ferragamos. But for $4.29, yes, please. So they're going up for around $50. This I grabbed for half price. Again, kind of like a seasonal item. I just thought it was nice. It has this kind of black and white print. It's almost like a knit, and then it has almost like a built-in peplum style feature, design, whatever here, and then it almost like a sheath dress career piece, and it's just Calvin Klein. And then the size is a size 12. Just remember that people have asked me to state sizes. I apologize for not doing that. I am trying to relearn my haul video behavior. So sizes, let me share those with you too. So size 12, that's a good size there for that piece of career wear. Perfect for fall or winter, in my opinion. Okay, here's another brand that I like to pick up when I find it, and it's an interesting kind of piece. Where is your label? There you are. The brand is Cut Loose, which tends to have kind of like a lagging look style to it. We have a button up back, and this is just like a textured dark grey, like I guess like a midi dress probably. It's probably just below the knee with long sleeves. The size on this piece, again, the bigger the better. This is a 1X, so yay, I will take that. And that was from the normal thrift store, I believe. And then these were $2 at their yard sale too. They are Sanuk, S-A-N-U-K. These are the yoga, ooh, what are you? I don't remember, yoga something too. Which I can tell from the style number, which is inside of the fabric right here with the sizing and everything as well. But they have like fabric, they go like this around your foot, kind of behind your ankle, over the base of your foot, with like a thong insert there between your toes. And the fun thing about these is they're supposedly actually made out of yoga mat material. So anyway, they only retail for around 38 new anyway, but they've gone up for 20 bucks onto Poshmark, and so far have like 4 or 5 likes I think, and they've only been up a day, so go on then. This was a piece from the bins, which is always extra fun. And it is just another J. Crew, and it is another factory piece, but it's a merino wool blend, and it's a size large, like an animal print button down cardigan. Again, good for the season as it begins to change and all that. Can't go wrong at the bins. Another vintage fanny pack, because I pick them up wherever I go, because usually they sell for $20 on Etsy like that, and Etsy needs serious medical attention right now. Oh, I should do a video just on that. Okay, BDG, which is Urban Outfitters. Grabbed these. They're size 28. Obviously, I'll measure and verify, but they are a skinny jean, and they are a dark kind of solid wash with a lighter stitch detail, and they appear to be a long inseam. I will have to double check those. But yes, I mean, for just a couple of dollars, that's worth picking up. Especially with them being a skinny and a dark wash, that helps a lot. This is from the yard sale for $3, J. Crew factory, but it's a size 4, and it's just a really nice, like buffalo plaid, kind of like a teal color button-down shirt. Really pretty. Again, season's changing. Good brand, good style. These were $2 at the thrift store. They are just Sam Edelman's. I say just, they're older Sam Edelman's is kind of what I mean there. But they have kind of like a nice profile, and then they have like a suede feature here, and almost like an alligator style kind of print going on. Yes, so, and then these were size 6. So a small shoe, but for $2. Yep. What else have we got? This was from the bins. Again, can't really go wrong. It's just, it's Bowden, which is always a nice brand. It doesn't sell super fast for me on Poshmark, but it does sell. So yeah, I always pretty much pick it up. And then I would describe this as like a floral blossom kind of print. This is definitely more of like a spring summer piece, but when it's so cheap at the bins, I'm gonna grab it. Even if it hangs out till next spring, that's okay with me. All right. This brand I'm not familiar with, and I purchased this pretty much on style. Again, this was a bins piece. I think it's Cotton On. I haven't looked at comps or anything yet. I'm not going to hold my breath it's going to be really good, but I really like the style. So it's obviously kind of like a plaid shirt, but it has, if you can see here, it's like a faux distressing and then like bleach marks and stuff all over it, like as a factory design or whatever. And then the back has like almost like tails that are split, which I just thought was really cool. And I really want to keep it because I think it'd be really nice with skinny jeans in fall. I'm going to check comps first, and I'm probably going to sell it because I barely ever keep what I find. Oh well, we shall see. All right, onwards and upwards. Oh, this was a good find. This was from the bins as well. I pick these up wherever I go if they are true vintage, and it is a members only jacket. This is a great one in solid black. I do not often find solid black. I find a lot of the tan beigey and a lot of the gray, but not usually black. So I was kind of excited about that. Here is the label inside. The newer versions have a label that is extremely comparable. This is a size 40, which would most likely be either European sizing or chest, probably chest size since it's a men's, but it's made in Korea. You can see in this teeny tiny little tag down here, which is telling me that it is most likely true vintage. I wonder if it has its fabric here. It has a fabric content tag as well. Let me check this out real quick. Oh yeah, that's an older piece for sure. And I can always do the math with the RN number. Google that if you don't know what that is. It's not a surefire thing, but it is a nice backup. You can do a certain formula with the RN number to work out when like the earliest a piece was made, essentially according to the RN number, and that can help you sometimes when dating a piece or kind of confirming that something's vintage. Just go ahead and Google vintage RN number formula, and that should bring that up for you. And if I can find the link, I will pop it down below for you as well. This was again half price. Oh, it makes a lot of noise. It's a size 14, so it's a good size. It has a sort of embellished, bejeweled, if you will, neckline. It's like a drapey navy blue long sleeve dress, and it is Vince Camuto, which I believe is sold at Nordstrom. Ooh. Perfect holiday dress. Can you tell I'm thinking ahead? All right, we're almost there, guys. We're doing amazing. Oh, I might as well show these to you. So these are just the other pair of Lululemon leggings that I got for $15 a piece at that yard sale. Again, worked out $2.50 with everything. But it's like a tan and black space dye. Again, I believe these are Wonder Unders, just from doing research on Lulu Fanatics and stuff, but they are a shorter crop than the last one, so we'll likely get less money. And the herringbone print like pattern seems to do fairly well as well. Sure. Oh, this was from the thrift store that had no discounts in it, but I picked it up. All the tops were $3.99, so I went and grabbed it. It is a Soft Surroundings, which I really like this brand. I just feel like it sells well, and I always think their pieces are so pretty. Again, holidays. This is so good. It's like a dark red and black, almost like a heathered kind of space dye print on it there, and then it has these velvet, almost like an applique type thing, but like these patterns, floral patterns on the side, which when I find pieces with this velvet accent, that always seems to do well for me as well. Just a fun fact. But very kind of loose, drapey. And what size were you? You were a size petite, large, PL. There we go. What else have we got? Oh my goodness, I think we're down to our last thing. Last two things. $3.99 for this. It's Theory, but it's a wool blend black button-up cardigan. You know, it's very standard, very like classic piece or whatever, but I wanted it in my closet. I like the brand, and it has like no pilling on it. I mean, this thing must not have been washed or worn hardly at all, because I do tend to find with Theory that they get kind of pilly. So I was pretty pleased with that. And then I guess last but not least, yeah, my bag's empty. Okay, last piece. We're not going out with a bang, so bear with me, but it's Pure Jill by J. Jill, but again, a very nice classic basic. It's like a turtleneck, long sleeve, black top. It almost feels like an athletic material. I don't know exactly what it is, but with it, a pure gel relaxed turtleneck, size medium. But the pure gel, when it comes to J gel, I like to pick up the plus sizes, so like 2X, 3X, that kind of thing. They seem to do very well. Love Linen by J Jill seems to do well, and I got a pair of pants around here somewhere from the bins that I guess I've got to show you that were the Love Linen J Jill, and then Pure Jill seems to do well as well for me. So yes, and that is my final piece of the haul. Oh, it's over. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you did, if you made it this far, you're a champion. So leave comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're picking up. Have you started moving things over towards like other seasonal items now? Like, are you thinking ahead to fourth quarter and those kind of styles if you sell clothing, or even like games and toys and stuff like that, if that's what you sell as well? Are you not quite ready to do that yet? Have sales picked up? Are they still low? Are they still average? Let me know. I love to know exactly what everybody else is doing, because it's fun, and hey, we're a community. Alright, cool. So yes, hit the like button if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and guys, I hope to hang out with you again soon, and have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.